Welcome, everyone. So if you've got one of Tamiya's early classics, maybe the Frog, you actually have more than just a cool buggy. You've got a base for a ton of customization.
That's right.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into the Tamiya off-road vehicle chassis, the ORV. We want to show you how you can unlock, well, dozens of custom body options using official parts and some really good modern replicas, too.
Yeah, the ORV chassis, it first appeared back in '83, and it was quite a landmark design. That space frame look is iconic.
Right.
But it's crucial to think of it as a versatile platform, Not just the chassis for one car, it was designed for more.
And that platform idea, it hinges on one really critical number, doesn't it? You found something interesting in the documentation. A typo.
Oh, yeah. A pretty wild one in the manual for the Frog re-release. It listed the wheelbase as 1,020 millimeters. That's over a meter long, just impossible for a 110 scale buggy.
Wow, a meter. Yeah, that would definitely confuse people trying to measure things up for a custom build.
Absolutely. It makes comparing parts useless if you're going off bad info. So, let's set the record straight right now. The correct verified ORV wheelbase is 248 millimeters.
248 millimeter.
Okay. Knowing that exact number, well, that's your golden ticket for customizing this chassis successfully.
And it's key because, like you said, this wasn't just for the Frog. This single chassis actually supports 6 official Tamiya models straight from the factory.
Exactly. 6, which, immediately triples your options right out of the gate. You've got the Frog, obviously, then the Subaru BRAT pickup.
The Lancia 037 rally car.
And then the trucks, the Blackfoot, the Monster Beetle, and the Mud Blaster, all on that same basic ORV foundation.
So with those 6 in mind, the first big fork in the road for customization is about the body itself, right? The material.
Precisely. You've got a fundamental choice to make. Are you building for lightweight performance, or are you going for that super detailed scale model look?
Performance versus realism.
Yeah. It comes down to polycarbonate, or Lexan as most people call it, versus the ABS hard bodies.
Okay, so explain the trade-offs there.
Well, the performance trio, that's the Frog, the BRAT, and the Lancia, they use thin, light polycarbonate shells. Keeps the weight down, lowers the center of gravity. Good for handling.
Makes sense. Faster, maybe nimbler.
Right. Then you have the hard body monsters, the Blackfoot and the Monster Beetle. They use multi-piece ABS plastic. Looks incredible, super detailed.
But heavier.
Much heavier and often taller. That added weight way up high, it totally changes the vehicle dynamics. They handle differently, need different suspension tuning. They're definitely more prone to rolling over if you're not careful.
Ah, okay. So that scale look comes at a price in terms of pure handling.
It does. That's the trade-off for that amazing shelf presence and realism.
So let's talk about one of the most popular swaps. Using that 248 millimeter dimension, people love turning the ORV buggy into a Baja bug, right? Using maybe the Monster Beetle hard body or even a sand scorcher shell.
Yes, that's probably the classic ORV custom project. And it works visually, but it also works technically because the numbers line up so well.
How close are they?
Okay, so we know the ORV chassis is 248 millimeters. The Monster Beetle and the Sand Scorcher bodies, their wheelbase is 250 millimeters.
Just 2 millimeters difference.
Exactly. It's tiny, negligible, really. What it means is when you mount that hard body, the wheels sit perfectly centered in the wheel arches. No awkward gaps. It just looks right. Factory.
Nice. But getting that Baja look isn't just about bolting on the shell, is it? You need the right stance.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't just drop a Beetle body on narrow Frog wheels. It won't look right. You need that aggressive, wide track.
So wider wheels and tires.
Yeah. You'll want to source the wheel and tire sets from something like the Subaru BRAT kit, or ideally the bigger, fatter ones from the Monster Beetle kit itself. They fill out those fenders properly and give it that authentic, tough look.
Okay, so you've got the body, you've nailed the stance. But what about finding these bodies, especially the vintage ones? Like you mentioned a Parma frog jumper. Are those hard to get?
Very. Vintage shells like the Parma Sandrail or the Bolink Funko body.
Yeah.
They can be incredibly rare, often brittle from age, and really expensive if you even find one. So are restorers just stuck hunting eBay?
It seems like maybe not anymore. Modern options are stepping up.
Thankfully, yes. Accessibility today is much better. We're seeing some great reproduction specialists filling that gap.
Like who?
Well, there's Team Blue Groove, TBG. They're based in Canada. They make excellent, durable Lexan replicas of many classic shells. And then there's Penguin Custom Body Shells over in the UK.
And what makes them significant?
They provide shells that are often, a bit thicker and maybe more robust than the originals. great for runners, not just shelf queens. It's really helpful knowledge if you're restoring or building a custom runner.
And didn't Penguin do something extra interesting with the ORV? Something new?
They did, which really shows the enduring appeal of this chassis. They didn't just copy old designs, they created a brand new, original custom body specifically for the ORV. The Dune Ranger body shell. Kind of a cool modern take.
That's fantastic. And beyond replicas, there's always the next level, right?
Oh yeah, for the really dedicated hobbyist, you've got 3D printing. That opens up, well, basically infinite possibilities. Custom light bars, engine details, unique roll cages, even totally bespoke body shells if you have the design skills. And there are huge online communities sharing files and ideas for this stuff.
So wrapping this up for someone with an ORV chassis, what's the takeaway? The landscape of choice seems pretty vast now.
It really is. You've got the 6 original Tamiya options, then the hunt for rare vintage pieces, now supplemented by really good, durable, modern replicas from companies like TBG and Penguin, plus that completely custom Dune Ranger, and finally, the ultimate freedom of 3D printing. That 248mm ORV platform is just a fantastic canvas.
It sounds like it, built to be customized from the start almost.
I think Tamiya's own history shows that. Look at the Mud Blaster model. That truck literally just reused the old Subaru BRAT body mold, stuck it on the ORV monster truck chassis with bigger wheels.
Huh. So they were already mixing and matching components way back then.
Exactly. It proves the platform was designed with modularity, with adaptation, sort of built into its DNA. So the final thought for you listening is, knowing these dimensions, knowing this interchangeability, what other unexpected cross-chassis swaps might be possible? Maybe using ORV parts on other Tamiya models, or vice versa. The ORV might just be the tip of the iceberg.